Zuma calls for African standby force to help quell military coups, and opening statements heard in Cape Town businessmen's appeal. I'm Lebo Changela with this news update. President Jacob Zuma has called for the establishment of the African standby force to help quell military coups on the continent. The president said this after meeting his Nigerian counterpart, Goodluck Jonathan, in Cape Town. Jonathan is on a state visit to bolster diplomatic and trade relations with South Africa. The upsurge of coups in West and Central Africa has sparked security and humanitarian crisis on the continent. President Zuma says it's crucial that both South Africa and Nigeria lead efforts to ensure that the African Union is well resourced to maintain peace and stability.
Part of the capacity needed by the AU is the establishment of the African Standby Force for rapid deployment in crisis areas without delays. The need for an intervention brigade has become more crucial in light of the situations of instability in the Central African Republic, the Eastern DRC, and Mali, where decisive intervention is needed.
Speaking of the CAF, President Goodluck Jonathan concurred that both Nigeria and South Africa need to forge strong diplomatic relations to pursue issues of common interest.
Because whether we like it or not, and President Zuma himself said so this morning, if we refuse to cooperate to move the continent or give direction, we will be considered as failures. And we will not want to be recorded in the Guinness Book of Records as failures. So President Jonathan and President Zuma must work together to make sure that not just Nigeria and South Africa, but that the rest of Africa is given a different platform.
The Constitutional Court has heard opening statements in the application of a leave to appeal a Supreme Court of Appeals judgment by Cape Town businessman Imran Muqaddam. The shopkeeper wants the Court to allow for class action to be served on Pioneer Foods, Targa Consumer Brands, and Premier Foods for income loss during the bread price fixing scandal. In 2007, the Competition Commission found that in the Western Cape, the three companies were guilty of being part of a cartel that fixed price of bread for 12 years. Namabolani reports.
Muqaddam's lawyers told the Concourt that the price fixing reduced the income of distributors by 30 cents. They claim that the discount to stores was cut from R1.05 to 75 cents. The lawyers say their client couldn't pass on the cost to the consumer for fear that he may lose the customers. The respondents say they would be happy to deal with individual cases by distributors and not a class action. The Concourt must find exceptional reasons for class action to be allowed, including proving an infringement of the right to freedom of trade by Muqaddam and others. Namabolani, SABC News, Constitutional Court.
And trade union SATAU says gender-based violence should come to an end. This is one of the concerns the union has outlined in memorandum that they handed over to the Gauteng Police Commissioner. Just over 100 SATAU members in the cleaning, security and metro rail sector are marching to the Police Commissioner's office in Parktown, Johannesburg. They will also be marching to the National Bargaining Council to complain about the handing over of their Provident Fund payments. SATAU Provincial Secretary Phindi Lakhatebe.
Currently in South Africa, there is an increasing gender-based violence, and there's a trade union that is conscious of its gender sensitivity. We felt it could not be correct that we keep quiet and we don't do anything. We were then mandated that we need to voice out our frustration.